Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Romans 12:2. The verse lingers in your mind as you wake. It's not just instruction, it's invitation, an open door for the soul. The world will try to pull you into its pace, its pressure, its noise. But this morning, before anything else, God calls you to something different. Transformation, renewal, peace. When God opens a new door, you may not hear it or see it, but you can feel it. The quiet lifting of yesterday's weight, the gentle whisper that says, "Start again." It's not just another morning, it's a new beginning, shaped by God's love and filled with His promise. You take a slow breath and for a moment you feel it, the quiet shift that happens when you surrender your thoughts to God instead of the world. The rest you find here isn't in the stillness of the room, but in the stillness of your spirit, in knowing that before you even move, He is already at work within you. You whisper, "Good morning, Lord." Just 3 words, yet they shift everything inside you. They open your heart the way sunlight opens flowers. The world beyond your window is still quiet, waiting, but your spirit begins to move. You sense that today is a new beginning, and God has already gone ahead to prepare the way. You sit in stillness for a while. You don't rush. You don't reach for your phone. You simply let the silence speak. Because in the quiet, you realize something beautiful. The same God who opened your eyes this morning is opening unseen doors for you today. Doors of peace, doors of courage, doors of new hope. You take another deep breath and whisper again, "Good morning, Lord." It's not a habit. It's not a ritual. It's a reminder that before the world asks anything of you, God invites you to rest in Him. The light outside grows stronger. You can feel the day beginning to stretch, yet your heart stays still. You sense His nearness, steady, gentle, faithful. And just then, another verse rises in your mind, one you've heard before, but this time it lands deeper. "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua 1:9. You pause, letting those words settle like calm over your heart. God isn't just speaking to Joshua, He's speaking to you. These are not casual words, they are a divine command, but also a tender reassurance. When He says, "Be strong and courageous," He isn't asking you to create that strength yourself. He's reminding you that He is the source of it. When God opens new doors, it's easy to feel unprepared. New beginnings can be uncertain. Change can be intimidating. You might ask, "Am I really ready?" But His voice cuts through the doubt. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Joshua didn't step into his calling because he was confident in himself. He stepped because he was confident in God. And that same truth covers you now. You think back on moments when you stood at your own closed doors, times when life felt still, when nothing seemed to move, when prayers felt unanswered. But now, you see, God was never ignoring you. He was preparing the next door to open. And when it did, it was always better than what you had imagined. You smile softly. Thank you, Lord, for every door you've opened, and even for the ones you've closed. I trust your timing. The morning feels lighter now. The verse stays in your thoughts. Be strong and courageous. You repeat it quietly. To be strong doesn't mean you have no fear. It means you face it with faith. To be courageous doesn't mean you don't feel uncertain. It means you keep walking, believing that God walks with you. You think of all that lies ahead today, responsibilities, conversations, maybe even worries waiting to resurface. But now, instead of rushing into them, you surrender them. Lord, this day is yours, you say. Guide me through every open door with peace. You stand and walk toward the window. The sunlight pours in fully now. You can almost feel its warmth touch your skin. It's as if the whole world is waking up to the same reminder. God's mercies are new every morning. Even when yesterday was hard, even when tears fell, even when doors closed painfully, today is new. And the God who was faithful before will be faithful again. You whisper softly, "Good morning, Lord. Thank you for another chance." You begin to talk to Him, like you would to a trusted friend. You tell him about your hopes for the day, the people you love, the dreams still unfolding. You tell him about the things that worry you too, the parts of life that don't make sense yet. And you can almost feel his peace answering back, quiet but real, "I'm with you wherever you go." Prayer isn't about perfect words, it's about honest ones. And the more you talk to him, the more the noise in your mind quiets. You begin to remember that peace doesn't come from fixing everything. It comes from trusting the one who can. You glance outside again. The morning has come alive, birds singing, trees swaying, the soft hum of life beginning again. You notice how creation moves effortlessly, without rush or worry. The flowers don't force themselves to bloom. The sun doesn't hurry to rise. Everything happens in its time, by God's design. That's how you want to live, in rhythm with his timing, not your own. "Be strong and courageous," you whisper again. "Not because I know what's ahead, but because you do." You think of how easy it is to let fear guide your steps, to worry about what could go wrong instead of believing in what God could make right. But when God opens a door, it's not your job to question it. It's your job to walk through it, trusting that he's already gone before you. You take another deep breath. The air feels clean, new, almost sacred. You sense that this day is part of something bigger, a small piece of a divine story still being written. You close your eyes and pray, "Lord, give me courage to step into the new things you have for me. Help me to trust that your plan is greater than my fear. And even when I don't understand, help me to keep my heart open to your leading." The day calls, but you don't feel hurried anymore. You're ready, not because everything is easy, but because you know you're not alone. You whisper one last time before leaving the stillness of morning, "Good morning, Lord. Walk with me through every door you open today." And you feel it, the peace that comes when your will and his finally align. As the hours pass, the verse from Joshua echoes in small moments. When a challenge rises, you remember, "Be strong and courageous." When uncertainty tries to creep in, you breathe, "The Lord my God is with me wherever I go." And each time those words steady you. They remind you that faith isn't about knowing how, it's about trusting who. By evening, when the light begins to fade and the noise of the world softens again, you look back on your day. It may not have been perfect. Maybe there were still worries, mistakes, or surprises. But one thing is sure, God was there in all of it. In every conversation, in every step, in every quiet moment of surrender. You sit by the window once more, now lit by the calm glow of dusk. The same peace that filled your morning returns. You smile and whisper, "Thank you, Lord, for walking with me today, for opening the right doors and closing the wrong ones, for giving me strength I didn't know I had, for never leaving me." And as night settles, you rest knowing this truth. Every sunrise is another door, every morning another chance to say those same 3 words that align heaven and earth in your heart. "Good morning, Lord."